Experiment 1. Basic of the fiber loss. In this experiment, you will be focused on trying to use the light source and the power meter. Try to selfie with two of these tools and try to see what parameter that you have seen from these tools. Trying to describe the light source that provided in our laboratories, and then trying to use this equipment to measure the light source in the real experiment compared from your theoretical that we have obtained earlier. You can use by press the turn on button like the same. As you can see from the source of the power meter, it has very low of the power because it didn't receive any light source from anywhere, and also the light source didn't provide any source into anywhere as well. If you use the SC-UPC fiber cable that I have bring it here, so after I just put the fiber cable inside of the light source and send it to the power meter, you can see that the power has increased around the 65 dBm, and you can play it around this too by changing the wavelength from 1310 to something else like 1500 with 50, but you also have to change this as well by this. Experiment 2. Introduction to OTDR and dummy load. So in this experiment, we will working principle of the OTDR that can be represented by the block diagram that you have provided in the lab sheet. Trying to discuss about this diagram that has provided the pulse generator, laser, and coupler that transfer optical signal with fiber optical cable and sent to the APD. Also, it has an amplifier, an A2D or analog to digital, and the last one is display of the OTDR. This OTDR, you can press the open and hold for a second. It will open the display and provide the data that you want to. In this case, you didn't see anything because it has nothing to provide on. Because we didn't put any light source into this, so there's nothing here. About the dummy load tools, or we call it as a OTDR launch cable. In our laboratories, we will provide the dummy load or the fiber cables that has the length between from this side to this side up to 2000 meters or 2 kilometers. So you can see the specification of the OTDR launch cable or this dummy load in this yellow card right here. Experiment 4. Determine fiber end where OTDR. By following the simple block diagram that we have given in this diagram, please determine the total fiber length involving in dummy load by using OTDR. We will open the OTDR first. So we press the turn on here. So now it's turned on, and then I'm gonna put one side of our dummy load into our OTDR. But you can just put it right here. Once you have finished it, you can use OTDRs to set up your experiment by going to the menu and then go to the measure set by press menu again. After you go to the measure set, you can go by pressing any arrow here to adjust your screen. We use the dummy load of the 2 kilometers, so we need to provide the length or division that we're going to focus more than 2 kilometers. I just decided to go to 10 kilometers and I'll press enter. And that's it. Make sure that wavelength that you're going to focus on is the same as the specification of your fiber cable. Once you've done that, press ESC or escape. And then you can press scan. It will take a minute or a second. After it finished, you can see that this is a graph that the x-axis is the length of the fiber optics. Let me focus on 10 kilometers. It is separated into the 10 division. Each division have size of 1 kilometers. And as you can see, the graph of this picture has dropped from around 2 kilometers from 25 fall down until to the noise. So this means that the length of this fiber optics is around 2 kilometers. Experiment 5. Event analysis with OTDR. We will give more of the dummy load. So it's going to be 2. And we will connect it by using connector like this one to connect 2 dummy load together. And I'll press it. Once you have done that, you can press it down and focus on your OTDR. Once again, you can press a scan. After the result has shown up, you should be able to be analyzed the result that have provided in this graph. Also, you can change it into the tables and focus on the event that have occurred and try to give the example and explanation. And lastly, trying to understand the practical report for OTDR. Please provide your detailed explanation and discussion in according to the attached practical OTDR report in Appendix B.